Before I actually get into the co-op program, does anyone know the name of the website that you go to order your co-op ads? Anyone? gflcvb.starmark.com. And that's really important for you to remember that, because more than ever, it's turnkey. So if you order your ads through gflcvb.starmark.com, where it tells you to, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Your billing is going to happen the way the billing is supposed to happen, and everything is recorded, and you can submit your materials. For the international program that Kim just talked about, all of that is, most of it anyway, is through gflcvb.starmark.com, and it tells you that when you look through your program. Important to note for international co-op, and when you go on the website and you go through the process on that, it's going to say, please submit your invoice with your check. That's really important, because these programs are so complex. We really need to have that backup when we get your payment for the program, so that it can be applied accordingly and prevent future headaches for everybody. So please remember that when you're ordering your international programs, to submit the invoices with the checks. Another good tip we have, our team over here gets a lot of phone calls throughout the year. People forget their passcodes for gflcvb.starmark.com, and it's very common. Don't feel bad about it. I forget mine, and I think it's Lisa's Flowers or something like that. But the best thing to do is probably just use your email address as your passcode. That way you're not going to forget it, or write it down somewhere. Again, it makes it so much easier if you remember your passcode for you as you go in to submit materials and things like that. One major thing that we like to ask everybody to do to make their ads more effective, if you have a package, if you have something of value to offer inside your ad, please put it in the ad. You're going to get a lot more response if you have something to offer. And the other thing is, whenever you can, please include a tracking URL or a tracking pixel with your digital submissions. That is going to help you keep track of how many responses or how many click-throughs you get for your particular ad. So that's an important thing to remember as well. And I think that's it. So we're going to keep going now. We'll start out this year with the fall-winter programs. It's a little different. Usually we've done it in alphabetical order in the past. Now we're doing it seasonally. So we're starting out with one of my favorites, is Boston.com Traveler Emails. And this is a package of 3 different email blasts in November, in January, and in February. And yes, you can change your offers, and you can change your ads for each of those blasts. This one is minimum 3, maximum 6 partners. It's a $1,500 cost. It's a 40% savings, and it receives a terrific click-through rate. Last year, we had an average of 1.9% click-through with Boston.com. Chicago ad mails, similar to Boston.com, but for the Chicago Tribune. It's a maximum partner of 6, minimum of 3, and it's January, February, and March that we send out the e-blasts. And the cost for this is $2,000. Values $5,000, again 60% savings, and last year's average click-through rate was 1.03. One of the things that we've done in the past year with our co-op emails, so that you're all aware, we're listing events where we can, so that the recipient of these emails isn't just seeing ads and branding, it's seeing actual things that are going on in the destination. So it's helping them see that this is a place where things are happening. We also include links to our vacation playbook. So it's digital in format, so it's very easy for them to get into the vacation playbook at that moment. Food and wine. This is a new program that we're doing this year, and this is in conjunction with the South Beach Food and Wine Festival, the Taste of Fort Lauderdale. This actually is a very, very good program, and it's promoting the first time ever inclusion of the Food and Wine Festival in Greater Fort Lauderdale. And today only, if you book this program, we'll provide you with 2 event VIP tickets. And this is particularly one that you definitely should include some type of a value package for this. The foodies are going to come down for this. They're going to want to stay in your property, and it's going to make it more fun if you can add something to that really, whether it's a special rate or the VIP tickets that you get today, you can include those. And the advertising for this, you're seeing 2 strips up on the screen there. And what that means is that in this special issue of Food and Wine that's going to be about the taste of Fort Lauderdale, we're going to have a strip ad on one side, and then when you flip the page, your co-op ads are there in a stack, and it marries to the initial page. It's just a different, more fun way to promote things, and this is something that we're trying to do in different publications throughout the year. But this one is special, and we expect this event to be successful, so we're giving people an opportunity to promote with it. Okay. Interfuse pre-roll campaign. Pre-roll video, does everybody know what that is? If you're about to click on a news video or something, and sometimes an ad will pop up, that's pre-roll video. And usually it includes a companion banner ad. So you're seeing up there, for example, on Parenting Magazine's website, you're seeing our video playing, and then there's also a companion banner ad right to the right of that. And what the companion banner ad promotes is a VIP package, in this instance anyway. So when the viewer clicks that VIP package, what they see is, if you look down on the page below, they get to the Crowne Plaza ad. Okay, so that's how that works. And this is a program formerly offered by Collinson. It's now Interfuse. And it's in New York, Chicago, Boston, and Philly are key markets in the winter, January through February. And guaranteed 750,000 impressions, and your rate for this is $3,000. The value is $5,000, and it's a savings of 40%. In 2015, we had 0.11% click-through rate, but more importantly, we had those that did view the videos, and they viewed 76 viewed the entire video. Okay, deadline for this is November 15, and you'll see it in websites like Shape, Parenting, Forbes, CBS, Redbook, and more. Now we have a program that includes New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, and Boston, and this is all the key magazines in the newspapers in those markets. And it's November, December, and January, depending upon which magazine you're in. The circulation is 750,000. And it's a minimum, maximum of 3 partners for each of these, and it'll be one of the strip ads like I just showed you in Food and Wine. The rate for this is $5,000. The value is $22,642, so this is a really good value. You're getting about a 78% savings on this one. And the deadline is coming up. It's September 21. This is a good one. And one of our favorites, too, is the New York Times Tea Magazine. And this one is a minimum and maximum of 2 co-op partners. It's a full-page ad in the New York Times Magazine. The value is $20,000 per issue, and it's $6,000 cost to you, which is a significant savings on this. And you know New York is our key market. We're offering this in 2 different months, in November and in March of next year. And we like to have the 2 partners here because we feel that in a publication like this, you don't want to diffuse it and have multiple partners. So we keep it to make sure that everybody is getting enough space to say their message. The NewYorkTimes.com, the Great Getaways emails. We're offering this for 4 different months this year: November, January, February, and March. And it's maximum of 6 partners on this. We include video in these emails too. I'm just realizing that I wanted to make sure you all knew that these emails also include video, which is a great thing to have. A lot of people look at video. A lot more response is given to video than just static. And this one is minimum 3, maximum 6, $3,000. The value is actually $9,500 on this, and click-through rate last year was 0.59%. And yes, again, you can change out your messages, you can change out your images and your offerings for each of the 4 separate blasts. The 2016 Official Visit Florida Vacation Guide. This is a magazine. What you're looking at is a 2-page spread, and it's issued mid-December, and it has a circ of about 600,000. And this is limited to 6 partners. Again, if we have more interest in this, we can expand upon this as well too. The net rate is $2,659, and the value is about $3,600. 26% savings. And this includes specific leads. So last year you received over 1,000 leads from this publication. And the deadline is coming soon on this. It's September 15th. Pandora On Demand winter program. Pandora is a great vehicle for us, highly targeted, and not just in terms of markets, but in terms of psychographics and demographics too. We really reach who we want to reach with this. And it's between January and March. It's New York markets, Boston, Chicago, Philly, Detroit, and Washington. This has an impression of 2,400,000. It includes video, if you want to include video. It includes voiceover as well. And maximum partners for this is 6, and you work directly with Pandora on this one, and they make to provide the materials that they need to get your videos and get your messages out there in the mix. It's $3,500, which is a terrific rate for Pandora, and it's valued at $12,000, which is, again, a 70% savings for our participants in this. And last year, we had a click-through rate of 0.50%, and this one is a deadline of December 1. Another email, this one is for Philadelphia or philly.com travel emails, and it's a package of 3. Again, you can change out your messaging and change out your rates or value packages. It's November, January, and February, and it's to opt-in subscribers as well. 3 minimum, max 6 partners on this. The value is $3,500, and your cost is $1,500. Savings of 57%. And last year we had a click-through rate of 0.61%, which is really very good. Travel and leisure. The issue is December 2015. And this year with travel and leisure, we get to do the strip ads as well, which is a fun, interesting, a little bit of a change up. And circulation is 974,522. Minimum 3 partners. And you would share a formatted ad as you see on the screen. The rate is $4,000, but the value of this is actually $10,000, and that's a 60% savings. So travel and leisure, it's a great rate for everybody to participate with us. And again, if there's more interest in this, Michael's going to work with us. We're going to make sure that we get a lot of exposure on this, and we give everybody the opportunity to be in here. Toronto Star Traveler emails. October, November, and January, and again, it's limited to the minimum of 3 and the maximum of 6, and the net rate for this is $1,500. The value is $3,450. An important market for us, so you need to participate in Canada. Remember, despite the fact that we need to go out and get more of an international market, Canada is our #1 market, so it's important that we keep it that way and message out to them. And last year, the click-through rate on this one, 2.1%, which is really great. Axis, Digitive, Pre-roll, and Native. We talked about what pre-roll was before. Does anybody know what native content is? Native content is when you're online and you can see banner ads. That's not native, that's an advertisement. When you see something that's editorial and an image, it's kind of like an advertorial, but it appears to the reader like it's something that somebody wrote versus an ad. So it's more organic in terms of messaging. And our Axis program will be appearing on websites like People, Billboard, Health Central, Good Housekeeping, Food, Entertainment, iVillage. This is a very popular and a very strong program for us in New York, Chicago, Boston, DC, Philadelphia, Detroit, and Cleveland. Okay? Impressions on this one between November and January is over 2 million per quarter. Minimum, maximum partners, we have to have 4 partners to make this happen. The value is $8,000. We're asking for $4,500 for this program, which is a savings of 44%. Average click-through rate with Axis last year, 0.61. And average completion rate for video, Very, very strong, 82% completion rate for video view. The deadline for this program is October 1. Okay. Whoops. Your Travel Insider. This is an email that goes out, but it's an advertorial type of an email. So you see on the top, there's general information on Greater Fort Lauderdale in an advertorial format, and then there's advertorial formatted ads beneath it. This is a package of 3, so you're buying into all 3, October, January, and May. May is the family travel, and October and January are Florida beaches. Distribution is 500,000. Minimum maximum partners of 4 on this, and the cost is 2,000, and the actual value is 4,500 for this program. And in 2015, we had a click-through rate of 1.32% on this. And again, you can switch out your content on these as well. Okay, now we move into spring and summer for 2016. AAA Living South, this one always sells out. Circulation 2,300,000, maximum 6 partners, and we can grow on this too. If we get more this year, we're going to provide opportunities to extend that. The net rate is 3,500, the value is 5,950, and it's about a 40 to 42% savings on this. Last year, or in this summer's, we received 1,106 leads, and that's to date because they keep rolling in. And the deadline for this one will be February 13th in 2016. Bridal Guide. This is a print and digital program. The digital program includes a lot of listings with click-throughs. It includes slideshows, opportunities for slideshows for you to feature your properties or to feature your services. It has a circulation for the printed of 134,376, and this is a minimum of 2 partners and a maximum of 3 partners. The rate is 3,125, and the value is actually 8,443. A 63% savings. And an average lead that we get from this program is about 550 leads on this. Okay. Budget Travel Deal Alert email, another favorite. And this is offered in 3 months, July, August, and September. September, of course, we are promoting our September month, and in August we promote our September month in this as well. So these are important retail messages to help us fill up that September-October period. The distribution here is 325,000, and it's for opt-in subscribers east of the Mississippi. Minimum 3 partners, maximum 6 on this. And the reason, in case anyone is wondering why we max out on 6 for email, is because we don't want it to be too long, because the longer you get, the less chance there is of somebody getting to the bottom, and the bottom is where we include our events and our links to the vacation magazines, so we just don't want to make it too lengthy. Okay. The cost is $1,800 for the 3 emails for budget travel, and it's a value of $5,500, so this is a 67% savings. And click-through rate on this, fabulous, 7.81%. Interviews, formerly Collinson again, native content program. Here's some good examples of when I described what native content was earlier. You see circled up here, 10 things to do at Detroit Lakes. You see it on the web page, you see it on a mobile device, and then you see it below. It looks like an article on the website that's there. God bless you. And this program is between April and May. New York, Chicago, Boston, Baltimore, Philadelphia, Washington, Atlanta, Florida, Cleveland, Detroit, Dallas, and Houston. Notice the Dallas and the Houston and the Cleveland. Those are new markets that we're entering in Cleveland. We have direct flights. We have direct flights from Dallas as well. So we're entering these markets for the first time, kind of testing the waters. We get a lot of incoming passengers, so let's see what happens there. This one has a guaranteed click rate of 2,650. Maximum partners for this is 4. And the rate is 2,500. But the value is 8,700, and that's a 71% savings. Interfuse retargeting program. Does anybody know what retargeting is? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. If you look on the screen, the upper portion of that screen is sunny.org. So there's viewers that are in sunny.org, and they're on the pre-post page, and they're looking at information about pre- and post-cruising. So what happens is Interfuse then targets those people. So somebody has looked at that site, and the next day they're on a different website, they're looking for something else, and they'll get an ad from the Diplomat, which you'll see on the bottom there. They're looking at coastal living, but now they're retargeted. They're retargeted by one of our co-op partners. So they showed some interest in Greater Fort Lauderdale, and now we're sending them out messages from our partners, reminding them about Greater Fort Lauderdale and featuring some offers. So this is a great, great opportunity and a great marketing vehicle. You can select your markets on this. Impressions are 1,700,000, and there's a maximum of 4 partners for this program. It's $2,500, and the value is $6,800, and that's a savings of 63%. Interfuse Visit Florida In-State Insert and Digital Program. That's a long title, but that's what it is. It includes a digital program, and it also includes printed ads in the newspaper inserts in the Wall Street Journal, Fort Lauderdale Sun-Sentinel, Miami Herald, Palm Beach Post, Fort Myers News Press, Naples News, Tallahassee Democrat, Florida Times-Union, Orlando Sentinel, Tampa Tribune, and the AJC, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The dates, there's fall is October 18th, that one's sold out, but spring and summer are still open. Spring is April 17, and summer is June 5. There's a 500,000 circulation on this and 250,000 impressions. And there's 6 partners that share a formatted ad, as you see on the screen above. And it's a 50% savings. Pandora, same as the winter program, but this one is for the summer period and different target. Florida, Atlanta, Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina. And this is offered in both general and domestic Hispanic markets. And you see the inclusion of Texas here again. So we're testing out Texas. Impressions, 2,400,000. Maximum partners, 6. And 3,500 is the rate. The value is 12,000. Travel Zoo digital program. This is with Travel Zoo, April through July. You work on this directly with the representative from Travel Zoo. Opt-in subscribers, 1,500,000 for this program. It costs $6,700, and the value is $10,000. So this is like a native content. Again, it's not advertising per se. It looks like information about Florida or Fort Lauderdale. For people who are looking through Travel Zoo, they find Fort Lauderdale. All this information is here, including your packages and information about your attractions, your hotels, whatever it is that you're promoting is on here like an article. TripAdvisor. This is a shared banner rotation program. June through July, the distribution is 2,913,935. Actually, that's impressions, I would believe, not distribution, yeah. Max partners for this is 6. The rate is 3,500. And the value is 10,000, and that's a 65% savings. And on the example up here, this is actually a really great format. We started this format this past year, and we've heard feedback from TripAdvisor that the format is awesome, and it allows everybody to have like an equal distribution as they're clicking through it, and it's working really well for us. And so we've heard a lot of good things, and I hope those of you that are performing in it are getting the same results as us. Axis, digital pre-roll and native for summer, the same content or the same type of content as we talked about in the winter season, but this is for summer and has different markets: New York, Atlanta, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Texas. The rate again is $4,500. The value is $8,000. And the types of sites that access goes across is seen here: Billboard, People, Good Housekeeping, etc.